The AirPods Pro are $250, but the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus are $100 cheaper. So which ones should you buy? Welcome to More or Less, the show where I compare expensive tech products to cheaper alternatives. Today, it is wireless earbuds, and I know these are slightly different products, not just because one's $100 more than the other, but the AirPods Pro have active noise cancellation. That's a big reason why you'd buy them, but maybe they are more similar than you think. So I'm going to compare them on everything from battery life to how they feel in the ears, and of course, sound quality. So let's get started. When it comes to sound quality, obviously, let's talk about the whole gamut of what contributes to that. And the AirPods Pro have active noise cancellation, which plays a big role in how the sound will sound to you and your ears. So I love active noise cancellation, and straight off the bat, if that is the primary feature that I wanted in a wireless earbud, there's no contest. The Buds Plus do not have ANC, so I would not even be looking at them if I wanted noise cancellation. If, for example, I did a lot of traveling on planes or commuting and I really valued that silence. Trust me, it's really, really nice on the AirPods Pro just to block out the entirety of the external world. Let's talk about the rest of the sound quality, because this is a real surprise and a real difference between the two. And to be honest, to my ears, the sound quality on the Galaxy Buds is better than the default sound profile on the AirPods Pro. Couple of reasons why. Now, the Buds have been totally redesigned from the original Buds to add dual drivers that give a little bit of an extra boost to your sound quality, and they make a significant difference. I like the sound profile of the AirPods Pro, but it's much more neutral, and the Buds Plus just sound more punchy on default settings. I was listening to a couple of my favorite tracks and all of a sudden I was going, hang on a minute, I literally have never heard that choir playing in the background. And all of a sudden on the Buds Plus, I heard it. On the AirPods Pro, it was just quiet. I just couldn't hear it. So I think this one is a big personal preference, but to my ears, I really like the Buds Plus. And I also like adjusting the sound profile to dynamic rather than normal when I'm on iOS, or if I'm on Android and a Galaxy phone, I like the normal sound profile. The other thing to note is that both of these buds have a mode that actually lets in external sound so you can hear the outside world. Because of that noise isolating design, you might find that you're going to get hit by a car. Hopefully you don't. So turn on one of these modes. On the AirPods Pro, it is called transparency mode, and on the Buds Plus, it is ambient sound. So it just lets in a bit more of the external world. I prefer the way that the AirPods Pro let in some more external sound. The Buds Plus is good, it's just a lot more amplified, even though they have different volume levels of that external sound. To me, transparency mode just sounds a little bit better. The other thing that's super underrated about the AirPods Pro that I really like is this live listen feature, and I've only just started using it recently. Woo, it's crazy. You can spy into other people's conversations if you want, but it's actually great for accessibility. But I do use it for somewhat nefarious means. Don't tell anyone. So we've been talking a lot about music. Let's talk about calls, because you probably talk to people on the phone, maybe. Call quality on both of them is good. Now, the Buds Plus have a couple extra mics from the original version to improve call quality, and the original Buds were not great for calls. They were just like, talking in a tin can. These ones are much, much better. Now, the AirPods Pro have more of an isolating design just for your voice because of the location of the stem and the microphone. However, when I was doing calls with people both inside and outside, they commented that my voice was clearer and louder when talking on the Galaxy Buds Plus as opposed to the AirPods Pro. First things first, do you want hair dryers in your ears or do you want golf balls? Well, because that's pretty much the decision you make when it comes to the look of both of these buds. I've been wearing both, the AirPods Pro obviously for a couple more months than the Galaxy Buds Plus, which have just come out, and I find that both are very comfortable. I think the Buds Plus just take it just because they fit a little bit more snugly in my ears than the AirPods Pro, but both of them come with a range of selectable tips that you can swap in or out depending on the size of your ear canal. When it comes to working out, maybe you're a person that listens to music as you run. I know I certainly do. So both of these do a pretty good job with staying in my ears when working out. the Galaxy Buds Plus just take the edge because they have the addition of extra wingtips so they can fit even more snugly. However, when you are working out, you might find that you get a little bit sweaty. I know, I definitely do. So for that reason, if you are concerned about water resistance or using them in an environment that is raining, for example, or if someone tips something on your head, then I would recommend the AirPods Pro just because the IPX4 rating is technically a little bit more resistant than the IPX2 on the Galaxy Buds. Regardless, don't go swimming with them and don't dunk them in a bucket of water. USB-C charging on the case of the Buds Plus or Lightning on the AirPods Pro. I mean, I'm a USB-C gal, what can I say? But fortunately, both of them have wireless charging cases, so you can go cable-free if you want. Plus, you can charge the Buds Plus from the back of a Galaxy phone if you have that. Hot tip, you can also do that with the AirPods Pro. It's all doable. The Galaxy Buds Plus are rated for 11 hours of listening time from one charge. The AirPods Pro get you around 4 to 4.5 hours depending on the mode that you use. You can push it even further to about 5 hours if you've got ANC turned off. Now with the Buds, I tried to drain these down. Seriously, I wore them from the moment I got up in the morning on my commute. I was even tempted to wear them in the shower at the end of the day just because I was trying to see if I could wear the battery down. I mean, 11 hours is a long time. I don't think I can actually wear them for 11 hours straight just because I got other stuff to be doing in my life. Regardless, I really liked the fact that I did not have to worry about these running out of charge, even if I didn't have my case with me. Say, for example, if I was gonna run a really long time, like a marathon or something. I don't run marathons yet, but if I did, I would probably consider doing it with the Buds Plus. When it comes to controlling your buds, you have different ways of interacting. So on the AirPods Pro, there is a stem in which you can press, double tap, triple click, etc. to navigate, change settings, and so on. Now on the Buds Plus, it is a tap panel that you can use tap controls. Neither of them have physical volume controls. However, there is a way to adjust the volume on the Buds Plus that is an experimental version in Labs, that section within the app that you can get on iOS and Android. You can tap the outside of the Buds Plus in order to turn up or turn down the volume. This is great. However, I kind of look like I had fleas or something. They're constantly tapping the side of my ear in order to change the volume. Look, it works. It just needs a little bit more tweaking before it's fully fledged. That's why it's in the lab section, but I'm so glad it has it as opposed to the AirPods Pro, which you can only adjust the volume of through your phone, the Apple Watch if you're tied to iOS and using an Apple Watch, or through your voice with the Siri functionality. Another huge difference between both of these buds is that one has an app and one doesn't. So it really depends how you like to interact with your device. I am the sort of person that loves tweaking. I love being able to adjust settings. Now on the AirPods Pro, you can find a lot of that information within the control center or going into the iOS settings app and changing the tap controls or the pressing controls on the stem. I like the ability to have a dedicated app where I can change the equalizer, I can change the tap controls, and I can adjust all of those settings and see battery all within one place rather than having to look all over the place when I am using the AirPods on iOS. Now I should mention that you can use that Galaxy Buds app on Android and iOS, and you can use both of these buds on whichever ecosystem you like. However, if you do use the AirPods Pro on Android, you're not going to get Siri functionality with your voice. Both of them have a Find My Buds feature that plays a sound to help you locate your lost earbuds. Only the AirPods Pro let you see their location on a map. So sometimes when you're listening to wireless earbuds, you're having a great time listening to music, and then you put on YouTube and you're like, why is their mouth not matching up to the sound that I'm hearing? It kind of sucks. I didn't actually have any syncing issues at all with either of these buds, which was great. And both of them let you hear messages read aloud, but you have to have the AirPods tied to iOS and turn on that read messages with Siri option, or you have the Buds Plus on Android or a Galaxy phone and make sure that you have that messages option toggled on. Let's check the specs. Both the AirPods Pro and Galaxy Buds Plus use Bluetooth 5.0. The AirPods Pro have Apple's H1 chip. The AirPods Pro have 24 hours of total charge, while the Buds Plus get 22 hours of total charge. That's with buds and case included for both of them. The AirPods Pro get you 1 hour of listening time with just 5 minutes charging time in the case. The Buds Plus will give you the same 1 hour of listening time with 3 minutes of charging in the case. Both have a wireless charging case, and the AirPods Pro are in white, whereas the Buds Plus are in white, blue, or black. Now let's see what's in the box. The Galaxy Buds Plus, you get the Buds Plus themselves, wingtips, ear tips, a charging case, and a USB-C cable. In the box of the AirPods Pro, you get the AirPods, the ear tips, charging case, and a lightning cable. Now it comes down to the part of the show where I have to decide which one of these wireless buds wins my vote and the one that I would spend my own cash on. So here's the thing. If I wanted active noise cancellation, and I really like ANC, let's be honest, it's great for traveling, for blocking out the external world and just making everything sound a lot more isolated, then I would choose the AirPods Pro. However, I'm a cheapskate and I could buy the Galaxy Buds Plus for $150 in the US and then have $100 like left floating around. I mean, that's a lot of spare cash. So I'm not just choosing these because I'm a cheapskate. I'm choosing them as well because I like the sound quality of the Buds Plus. I like the fit. And I also like the fact that that battery lasts forever. I mean, I swear, I don't know what else I can do apart from wearing them nonstop from when I wake up to almost just before I go to bed. I don't know what else I can do to wear down that battery, but it's really, really intense. I like it. Thanks for watching my wireless buds comparison. Make sure you let me know which one you liked in the comments below. I'm sure you will anyway. And check out my review of the AirPods Pro after 3 months of using them and some other related content. Like and subscribe and stay tuned because I will be comparing on the next episode of More or Less the against the S20 Ultra to see if you should spend more or less moolah. Bye.